All right, let's talk about something that's become a core part of the Tesla legend, Elon Musk's master plans. Now, these aren't your typical, boring business strategies. No, these are public roadmaps that have literally shaped the entire electric vehicle industry as we know it.
So here's the big question, right? It's one thing to publish a super ambitious plan for the whole world to see, but it's another thing entirely to actually pull it off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put these plans under a microscope, see what was promised, what was delivered, and figure out, did it actually work?
To do that, we have to go back in time, all the way back to 2006. You got to remember, back then, Tesla was this tiny, practically unknown startup. The whole idea of a successful electric car company sounded like complete science fiction. And that's when Elon Musk published this blog post he called The Secret Tesla Motors Master Plan, just between you and me.
I mean, just listen to the scale of this vision. From day one, this was never just about building cars. The goal was to completely change how the world gets its energy. This single quote really sets the stage for everything that was about to happen.
And the plan itself was kind of brilliant in how simple it was. It was a four-step cascade. First, you build a really expensive, low-volume sports car to prove the tech and make some money. Then, you use that money to build a slightly more affordable, medium-volume car. Then, you guessed it, you use that money to build a truly mass-market affordable car. And, while you're doing all that, you also solve clean energy generation. No big deal. It was incredibly audacious, but you could see the logic.
Okay, so that was the plan. How did they actually do? Let's treat this like an audit. We're going to create a scorecard and go through each of those 4 steps to see if the reality lived up to the hype.
First up, that expensive sports car. The promise was to build an electric car that was actually cool and exciting. The reality? The 2008 Tesla Roadster. And this thing was a game changer. It proved to everyone that electric cars could be fast and incredibly fun to drive. So, step 1, a huge checkmark, mission accomplished.
So, with the Roadster a success, it was on to step 2. Use that momentum to build a more accessible car. This gave us the Model S in 2012 and then the Model X. I mean, these were the cars that really put Tesla on the map, winning all sorts of awards and capturing everyone's imagination. So, yeah, another goal clearly met.
Now for the big one, step 3. This was the key to the whole plan, the affordable, high-volume car for the masses. The result, the Model 3 and then the Model Y. And these cars didn't just sell well, they totally dominated the market. The goal wasn't just met, it was absolutely shattered.
And just to put that in perspective for you, look at this number. Over 1.8 million Model 3s and Ys were delivered in 2023 alone, in just 1 year. That's the kind of insane high-volume scale that the original plan was dreaming about.
And finally, step 4, the zero-emission power part. Well, this is where the story gets a little complicated. To pull this off, Tesla bought SolarCity in 2016. It was a really controversial move, and honestly, the solar business has had a lot of ups and downs, and has never really hit the same stride as the car business.
So, what's the final verdict on Master Plan Part 1? You have to call it a stunning success, for sure. Yeah, there were huge delays, they almost went bankrupt, they went through what Musk famously called production hell, but they did it. They executed the core of the plan and changed the auto industry forever.
So you'd think they'd take a little victory lap, right? Nope. A decade later, in 2016, Musk publishes Master Plan Part 2. And if you thought the first plan was ambitious, well, this one was on a whole other planet. The scope just exploded.
And once again, he brings it all back to the core mission. This quote shows that the main motivation was still exactly the same: speed up the move to sustainable energy. But the way they planned on doing it, yeah, that was about to get way more futuristic.
So, what's in the new plan? We're talking beautiful solar roofs with built-in batteries, electric semi-trucks, and then the 2 real moonshots. Developing self-driving that's 10 times safer than a human, and creating a network where your car can act as a Robotaxi and earn you money. I mean, it's just wild stuff.
So you can see this is a totally different way of thinking. The first plan was like a straight line, a logical A to B to C product plan. But the second plan, it's more like a spider's web. It's all about creating this interconnected ecosystem of energy, vehicles, and artificial intelligence.
Now, the absolute key to this new ecosystem is full self-driving, or FSD. But we have to be really clear about this. Despite the name, FSD is not fully autonomous right now. It's a very advanced driver assistance system. Getting to true, hands-off, go-to-sleep-in-the-backseat autonomy is still the holy grail for the entire industry.
So, the verdict on part 2? It is very much a work in progress. I mean, yes, the Tesla Semi exists, you can buy a solar roof, but they haven't hit that massive scale yet. And the biggest goals, that full autonomy and the Robotaxi network, they still seem pretty far away. The technical challenges are just immense.
And all of this brings us to the big picture. What are these master plans really for? Are they a strict blueprint the company has to follow? Or are they something else? Maybe more like a bullhorn to shout a vision to the world.
When you look at the timelines, a very clear pattern starts to emerge. The Model 3, only about a year late. But the Tesla Semi was 3 years late, the Cybertruck 2 years late. You start to see the trend here.
And that's the key takeaway. They often do get to the destination that the plan laid out, eventually. But the arrival time, the schedule that Musk sets, it's almost always wildly optimistic. The plans are much more of a compass than a clock.
So it makes you wonder about their real function, right? Think about it. Is it a blueprint for investors, a rallying cry to get the best engineers in the world to come solve hard problems? Or is it a marketing promise to get the public excited years ahead of time? The answer is probably all of the above.
Which leaves us with one final big question to think about. If these ambitious, constantly late master plans actually succeed in pushing the boundaries of what's possible and speeding up the whole world's move to sustainable energy, does it even matter that they're always late? That's something to chew on.